But yeah, so I almost said every bad thing you're not supposed to say in a YouTube video in that sentence. Hey guys, Joe here. If you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with my personal everyday system, my computer system, Project Red Devil, feel free to check out this video. This was the last iteration of it until this video. Now, unfortunately, there is a lot of footage that just didn't get transferred or something happened. It all got corrupted when I drained the loop on the system, and the only stuff I still have that's usable is off the phone when I was actually assembling the new system. However, I do that in kind of a vloggy kind of a way. I'll say something and then I have to set you down and then do it, and then I come back and I show you progress as we go through it. And unfortunately, that means there's no like building montages. I don't do that kind of stuff. I do everything myself. So yeah. But unfortunately, I lost all the footage of me draining the loop, and it really pissed me off. But Red Devil is an ever evolving computer. It takes steps forward, it takes steps back. I'm never going to be 100% happy with it. I've had it X99, 32 gigs of RAM running 1080 Ti. I've had it where it currently is, where it's just running a 780 because I'm more interested in guns right now. So I haven't been doing much with computers. So I sold my 1080 because I wasn't making any use of it. When you're not using what you have and you can still make money off of it, you might as well get rid of it. So I made some money off of the 1080, and my 780 works fine. I can play Forza Horizon 4 1080p high settings and lock it in at 60 FPS because it's, it's the games I play aren't difficult to run. This video, this one, is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's just basically me showing you how you can completely change the look of your system without spending a dime. I literally spent that many pennies on this system to change the way it looks and bring it to a different look from the 10 other ways it used to look. So again, sorry, I lost all the footage of me draining it, but you can see the process and the jumps from when I'm doing one thing to another, and I may jump back in here at certain points and talk about what I did. So without further me talkage, here it is. So you will be noticing that I jump back and forth between the camera and the phone. I'm doing the phone because I'm doing some vloggy, here's where I'm at kind of stuff as I'm doing this, and I'll do that as I go through it. So with it back on the table, 90% drained, the easiest thing to do is leave that back tube attached since it's connected by an elbow. I'll pull everything else out, pull that out, the power supply, and that is what I'm going to call next step stuff. So I'm going to get to it and I'll come back to you. Well, what do we have? Yeah, that's a lot of dirt. It's because this apartment was recently built and all the dust is still being picked up. I'm sure it will die down as time goes by, but yeah, as you can see, I have the reservoir, my tablet, Dropout TV. Go sign up if you haven't. Give me a free month, Dropout. And yeah, so I'm going to take these radiators over to the sink, drain them all the way, flush them out, flush out the res, and then when I come back, I will pull the motherboard or the CPU block off, and we will check that. I have a feeling that's going to have a bunch of crap in it, because it usually does. Sorry if it's a little blurry, it won't focus on these lines, but there we go. Looking at the CPU block, it actually did better than I expected. This was the blade that was in there. This was the side that was facing the direct flow inside there, so it was in there like that. But the copper block itself, that's all the buildup there was, which is not a lot. You can see the outline of where I'm not 100% what this is called, but I call it a blade because that's what it looks like. Distribution plate, maybe. But overall, not too bad. You can see from consistent wear, those two spots inside of the block, but it's been way worse before. This was not bad at all. So I'll just finish cleaning this off, and I may reuse this block on the next build, maybe.
Getting ready to drain this one, and you can see how full it actually was. This was the tank that was on the front of the case, and it, as you can see, was the hardest one to drain. So pretty simple, pretty easy. Not as much as I thought. I'm going to pull these fans off and then rinse out the radiator. Also need to make sure that the big one is empty. Should be, but... yeah, it's pretty empty. Okay, fans off and we'll get going. In terms of crud that actually made it through, it wasn't as bad as it looks because you can still clearly see through it. And I think what happened was there were 240 millimeter fans from the original Fractal case pushing the dust into the front there. But the actual fans themselves don't look much different from the rest of the fans in the system, so I'm okay with that. And I'm just using hot water, cleaning out the tubes in the reservoir. Tubes are nice and clear. No staining, so that's good. I used Thermaltake PETG tubing when I did it, so it seems to be holding up pretty well. Back to flushing these radiators, and I'll show you them when they're done. Not the worst buildup of dust ever. And these are SP fans. They are not airflow fans, so they were pushing pretty well. And the dispersal pattern isn't bad. This was the portion that was actually blocked by the front radiator, and this is the side that was towards the back of the PC, like that. So it's got a bit of dirt buildup, but not terrible. I don't remember damaging the fin, but whatever. This was a brand new radiator. And yeah, we'll flush this one out. This one is quite a bit dirtier, as would be expected because the fans were exhausting all the internal dust of an open case straight up. Yay! And one thing that's a little deceptive when you look at a water-cooled system is actually how little tubing there actually is. This is literally, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces are all that were in that system. And it wasn't much different when I had it with the dual graphics cards, because all there was a different pipe going from the top of one card up to the upper radiator. So there was really just one different shaped thingamajigger. That's the technical term, a thingamajigger. So now I'm going to take these back to my desk, dry them off, and open that up and see how plugged it is. I have a feeling it's a little dirty in there. And we'll discuss future plans. Now, you guys may recognize this from the I built another computer because I could video. It's an i5 3470 on an overclocking motherboard that I got to over 4 gigahertz, which over 1,000 people have watched, which is... and yeah. But we're going to disassemble it because I'm going to reuse the P3 case for my rig. And we're going to do some fun stuff here. So don't worry. It's not just going to be a straight rebuild of the old system. But yeah, let me plan it out, get all this crap off here, and mount the old, new, old new motherboard back on it. And we'll keep going. Yay. Wait a second. That don't look right. That's right. It don't look right. That's because I'm going air cooling. This is a Noctua NF14 blah 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 blah, or NF12 because it uses 120 millimeter fans, and I've decided to run air cooled until Windows does a new update that allows me to re-overclock this system. Additionally, I want to plan out a completely different loop on AP5, and I don't want to bend tubing just to undo it and redo it and undo it and redo it. Plus, I can't find my vertical GPU mount, and yeah, I'm just having a host of little problems, but yeah, it's going air-cooled again because I want to. Power supply is staying on the back because I am putting nothing but hard drives. This is going to be all my hard drives. I'm going to load it up with hard drives. I need to get a new M.2 still, and put a new M.2 drive in there for my main boot drive. But yeah, I'm going to go all SSDs and HDDs and MNOPs and voila. Open Air Test Bench back up and running, or Open Air Computer. Well, not up and running yet, but up and ready to run. This space was blank, so I just threw a couple of fans in there. They are plugged in, so they will spin, hide some of the junk, as well as, hide some of the damage to the case, since it was originally white, then it was gray, then it was black, which you can see if you click up here. There'll be some cards which show you each iteration. One when I built it for a friend, one when I built it for me, and one when I modified it for me. That's why this is all chipped up, but I don't care about that one. So next thing you do is to transfer it over to the other side of the room, plug it in, and see what she does. So here we are in the BIOS. I must have accidentally reset the BIOS when I did this. But it's seeing the memory and it's seeing the processor, and it's running at 27 degrees, so that seems to be going all right. But yeah, don't worry, kids. I will be going back to a water-cooled system as soon as I finish designing it, but I think that helped make it up for the empty space. So I have 3 hard drives on the front, 1 on the back. I'm out of SATA connectors for my power supply. I have to order another one. But I also added the additional 4-pin, which doesn't matter since Windows neutered x99 systems for now. But we'll see what happens with the next update. Hopefully they'll restore my ability to overclock. That's the main reason I didn't bother using an AIO this time for now. Well, number 1, the Noctua does perfectly fine, but number 2.1 is that at stock speeds, it doesn't matter. And since I can't overclock, it doesn't matter. It's also why I got rid of my 1080, because I can't overclock, so it doesn't matter. I can't really benchmark it the way I want to, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to get some black contact paper and cover those, though. And then I'll be done. Unlike a lot of my builds, I actually took like 3 seconds and threw a couple of zip ties on there just to keep the cables kind of out of the way. I don't really care about cable management on something that nobody ever is going to see. Had I been building this for somebody else, I might have. But yes, I do have a green, blue, and black Western Digital drive setup. So everything seems to indicate that it's working fine. And again, those fans do absolutely nothing. Not a damn thing. They're just on there to fill up the space and kind of break up the blackness of the emptiness that is where the power supply normally would go. Yay! And yeah, everything's detected. I gotta get like some quad channel RAM put in this thing, but yeah, GPU's running fine, temperature's running great. I think it got up to like 40 something under Cinebench and 3D Mark, which is its normal temperature range. And since it's again not overclockable right now, it's doing fine. So that's about it. And I'm done now for right now.
So when I built this system, okay, I modified a Fractal Design case. It was never designed to have this much radiator. It was never designed to have these components in it. Not in this configuration. It wasn't supposed to be water cooled like this. It could take an AIO, of course, but dual radiators and a 400 milliliter reservoir were never in the cards when this case was built. I had to modify it to take all that. So that's the computer. Like I said, I literally have no money into it. I just went through the stuff I had laying around. I reused things, obviously hard drives and fans and stuff, but I changed it a little bit. I put an air cooler on it, and I kept the power supply on the back. I almost called it a battery. I kept the power supply on the back of the case, and I filled in that space with the 2 LED fans. They just look cool. They do nothing. They're just literally blowing air onto cables. But it doesn't hurt anything. They're run off the motherboard. They don't require much power, and they change the look. As I said in the video, I'm going to get some like black contact paper, vinyl wrap paper, whatever, and I'm going to cover the hard drives so they're blacked out on the front. And maybe even mount the other 2 fans I have in front of the hard drives so that it looks different. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. So I guess what I was trying to do with the video is show you, be creative, do something different. I used the case in a way that it is absolutely not designed for, and I'm happy with it. It's me, it's mine, it's the way I did it. I'm sure you can just YouTube search Thermaltake P3s and P5s and see some of the most crazy changed up systems ever. And none of them will look like this one. So that's about it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Any comments, leave those down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell all your friends. I'm running out of fingers. Oh, I have 5 more. And yeah, let's get this channel to over 1,000, because once I can remonetize, I can take the AdSense revenue, which I've missed out on for the entire year, and turn that into parts, projects, things, computer equipment, guns, car parts, maybe cars. It all depends on what we can do as a community to build up this channel, and then I can do things that you guys want to do. That was it. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. 2019 hasn't been ruined quite yet. And as always, I'll talk to you later.